All right, folks, that forward entry door has been closed. Make sure that your personal electronic devices are in game or airplane mode at this time. And flight attendants arm and cross-check doors for departure. Doors on the question. Alright folks, if we could have your attention for just a moment, we're going to point out the safety features of this Boeing 737-700. Safety information card is in the seat back pocket. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat metal end into the buckle, pull on the loose strap to tighten and to release. Lift up on the top of the buckle and position the seatbelt tight and low across your hips or at any time you're seated. There's 6 emergency exits, 2 forward exit doors, 2 over wing window exits, and 2 exit doors in the back. Signs overhead and strip lighting on the floor will lead you to those exits. And if an evacuation is necessary, just follow flight attendant commands to leave everything. In the event of a water evacuation, you'll use the life vest that's located underneath your seat. Remove the vest only if told to do so. Pull the red strap to open the container. Remove the pouch. Place the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Buckle it in the front and pull it tight. Once outside the aircraft, pull down at the front to inflate it or manually do it by blowing into the tube at your shoulder. Your vest also has a water-activated light. Refer to the safety information card for the use of life vests on infants, and flight attendants will pass those out as needed. We're coming by to check that your seatbelts are fastened, your seat back and your tray table are in the full upright locked position, and all of your carry-on items are completely underneath the seat in front of you. That way the area around your feet is completely clear. Smoking, including the use of electronic cigarettes, is a big old no-no. This does include in the lavatories, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detector in an aircraft lavatory. It's also prohibited to consume your own alcohol, so if you happen to have brought it on board, gotta get you to keep it stowed for us. Federal aviation regulations do require passenger compliance with lighted passenger information signs, posted placards, and crew member instructions, including information on seatbelts and smoking. And if needed for oxygen, mask will drop from the compartment overhead. To activate the flow of oxygen, simply pull down on the mask until the plastic tubing is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally and secure with the elastic strap. And although oxygen will be flowing, that plastic bag may not inflate. Just continue wearing that mask until otherwise notified by a crew member. And if you're traveling with children or anyone else that does need special assistance putting on that mask, just make sure you do you first. All right, that's all the do's and don'ts. It's good to have you folks with us. We are here for your comfort and your safety. So if there is anything that does make you feel uncomfortable, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know. All right, we got our little short flight on over to Vegas. Good to have you with us. We're going to be dimming the cabin lights as well for takeoff. So if you do need additional lighting, just look above your head. There's a picture of a light bulb. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, just coming up an update. Vegas is, as usual, controlling number of aircraft per hour into there. We do have a departure time here in about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 12 minutes. So we're on an active taxiway. Please make sure you keep that seatbelt securely fastened. Anybody gets up, we cannot move. Thank you.
Folks, we've been cleared for departure. Double check your seatbelts. Enjoy your flight.